Hello everyone. Today we're going to make the digital animated ad using Adobe Animate. So this is the Illustrator file, the complete layout, and we're going to convert it to Adobe Animate file, and eventually you will see that the banner on a web browser just like this, shaking and animating, and it will repeat. See, it's pretty cool. Okay, so please don't forget to subscribe my channel, hit the like button, and set the alarm for my latest video. Then let's get started. Okay, so first please download this file, the Illustrator file, from the link I provided in my description. This is the Adobe Illustrator file, the complete layout of my banner. Okay, then now also, you're going to download this photo image. This is still shot. So we're going to start from here. So this is the background image. So what I'm going to do is, as I showed you at the very beginning, we're going to make that kind of a shaking effect of this background image. So go to Images menu, duplicate it. So I'm going to make a copy of this. Let me zoom in a little bit. Then go to Images menu, image size. I'm gonna make it slightly bigger. Make sure your constraint chain is linked 310 by 620, so it is slightly bigger than the original file. Then now go to Filters menu, Blur, and Motion Blur. The value I entered, the 25-degree angle and 10 pixel distance, and OK. Alright, now let's open new Adobe Animate file. We're going to open a new one under Ads option, half page ad. The dimension is 600 pixel by 300 pixel by 600 pixel and 30 frame rate, and the platform type HTML5. And create it. Okay, now let's go to Photoshop file. Please select this shaked one, the motion blurred one, and go to select menu, select all, and let me copy. Now I'm back to Adobe Animate, and let me paste it center. Okay, and then let me zoom out a little bit, maybe 90%. Okay, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to center this just like that. I'm using just the arrow key on my keyboard. Okay, from here, select your first keyframe, and then in your timeline, you will see the Insert Keyframe button. There, if you keep pressing on that, there are three options: keyframe, blank keyframe, and frame. Choose the keyframe. So we have a second keyframe. I'm going to repeat up to frame number 6. So from 1 to 6 is all the same. Okay. So on frame number 1, I'm gonna move it 3 right and 3 to up, 3 up, 3 right. So 1, 2, 3. I keep I'm hitting the arrow key on my keyboard. 1, 2, 3. On my second frame number 2, 3 down, 3 left. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. I will repeat this every frame. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So I just shifted a little bit on each frame. So it will look like this, but it is kind of way too short. So what I'm going to do is, let me highlight the frame number 1, hold down the shift key, click on frame number 6. So you can select everything. Then hold down the control key or right click, click on any frame, choose copy frames. Now highlight the next frame, blank frame here, hold down the control or right click, this time paste frames. Let me repeat this several times. Paste frames, paste frames, and one more, paste frames. So we have a 1 second animation. Watch this. So it is shaking. Okay, so I'm going to rename this layer as a shake layer. Okay, then now let me insert a new layer on top. I'm going to insert a new keyframe on frame number 25 there. So insert a new keyframe. You can insert either a keyframe or a blank keyframe. It really doesn't matter at this point. Now, go back to Photoshop and please open the original file you downloaded, the sharp one, still shot. Select all and copy. Now, back to Animate. Up there, edit, paste in center. Okay. See? And on frame number 30, on a new layer, let me insert a keyframe. Then hold down the Control key or right click, click somewhere in the middle, anywhere, and create Classic Twin. And then I'm going to, on my first keyframe on frame number 25 of this ATV shot, select the image, color effect, choose the alpha value down to 0. So it is going to be fading in. So what's going to happen is it is shaking and fading into a sharp shot, sharp image like that. Okay, so I'm going to rename this layer as a still shot or still. Okay, now it's time to combine everything. So first, let me insert a new layer on top. At the end, I'm gonna insert a new keyframe. On that new keyframe, let me draw just a rectangle, black fill and no stroke color, just about that size. Okay. Okay, and then color and style, set your opacity value down to 80%, from 100 to 80%, and then open your transform panel and rotate it 25 degrees, like that, and place it there, somewhere there. See? So it's kind of a half transparent. Okay, now I'm gonna name this layer as black box number 1. Let me insert a new layer. This time I'm going to rename it as a black box number 2. On 1 second mark on the new layer, insert a keyframe and then select this box, copy, and in this new layer and the new keyframe on top layer, edit, paste, center, and then place it on the bottom, somewhere there. Okay, so this is kind of a basic settings now. Okay, now we're going to reopen this Illustrator file. Now I'm going to just copy and paste each text and an element. It's going to be much easier. So first thing is, select your this banner you downloaded and go to Object menu, Clipping Mask, and release the mask. Okay. Now select just all the red text only. Hold down the Shift key, ATV Tour, and 20%. Copy. Now back to Adobe Animate. Make a new layer on top. Highlight the frame number 30. Insert the keyframe. Then edit. Paste it. Choose the second one. Paste using AI file importer preferences. Okay. Okay, so it looks good. Alright, we can adjust it later. Now, make another new layer, this time for the white text. Highlight the frame number 30 again, insert the keyframe. Now back to Adobe Illustrator. Select the white text only. Exciting, hold down the shift key, catch discount, edit, copy, and back to Adobe Animate on this new layer and this new keyframe, edit, paste it. Same settings. Okay. I'm going to place it somewhere there. Okay. I'm gonna adjust it later a little bit. Alright. Now, next, I'm gonna make another new layer for the orange text. Highlight the frame number 30, insert a keyframe, then go to Adobe Illustrator. This time choose Adventure Field and this logo. Hold down the shift key and click, and then edit, copy, back to Animate, and on the new layer and new keyframe, edit, paste. Same settings. Okay. And set the position. Okay. Let me somewhere like that. Okay. So it's not too bad, but I see that it is kind of too close it. So I'm going to adjust the position of these things a little bit, a little close to that, somewhere there. Okay, looks good. ATV tour. Yep, everything looks fine to me. I'm gonna move this take a little bit to that position. All right. Now I'm ready to animate it. Oh, two more. We're gonna have the orange triangle on top and the bottom corner as well. So on this time, let me insert a new layer. Highlight the frame number 30. Insert the keyframe. I'm gonna name it as orange box number 1. Orange box number 1. There. This new keyframe. Let me draw. Let me choose the rectangle tool. I'm gonna set my fill color to this orange, and let me draw a box rectangle like that. Okay. I'm gonna keep the 100% of opacity value, but let me rotate it 25-degree angle. So let me place it somewhere there. Okay. And also let me insert another new layer. This time it's gonna be orange box number 2. So let me copy this on a new layer, highlight frame number 30. Don't forget to insert a keyframe and paste it. And place it on the bottom like that. Somewhere there. Okay. I'm gonna move it. Oops. This thing a little bit up like that. Okay. So it looks good. So I'm done with my the basic layout. Now I just need to animate it. So first the thing is the first bottom 2 layers is done. We just need to animate the other top layers, all of this from here, from black boxes to orange boxes. Okay, so first highlight the frame number 40 on black box number 1, hold down the shift key, highlight the frame number 40 on top layer orange box number 2, insert keyframe. Okay, don't worry about the other missing the images. Now highlight all layers, select the black box number 1, hold down the shift key, click on the orange box number 2 on top layer. So we're highlighting all layers. Then place your mouse cursor somewhere in between and any layers. Hold down the control or right click and create classic twin. Okay, so far nothing's happening yet. But I'm missing my images, my background image. So what I'm gonna do is, on still shot layer, highlight the frame number 40. This time, I don't need to insert a keyframe. Let me choose just a frame, so I can extend the image. Nothing's happening yet. So first, on black box number 1, highlight the frame number 1, hold down the shift key, click on the first keyframe on orange box number 2, on frame number 30. So all first keyframes are selected. Then in your properties panel, you will see that ease options, classic ease. Let me increase the number to 100. So it will control the your animation speed a little bit. So you will see that. So now, from here we can animate it. So first, my black box number 1 on top, this one, I want to make it come from the right. So I'm going to move it as an extension somewhere there. Now black box number 2, first keyframe here, I'm going to move it this time to the right. So watch. Shaking is coming in. See? Okay, now, next, red text. Take ATV toward 20%. What I'm going to do is, let me open the transform panel. I'm going to make it 200% bigger. And then also, I'm going to change the color effect, the alpha, down to 0. On first keyframe of my red text. So it's going to be fading in and getting smaller. See? Okay, so next, white text. Exciting, catch, discount. So highlight the first keyframe here on that white text layer. I'm going to move it to there, to the right, out of the stage. So it is coming in like that. Okay, now next layer, orange text, adventure field, and this logo. I'm gonna, on the first keyframe, make sure that you're selecting the first keyframe. I'm gonna move it to there. Same angle. See? Shaking. Okay. And we have 2 more. Orange box number 1, orange box number 2. So on orange box number 1 layer, highlight the first keyframe. Let me move it down. I'm going to move it to the left out of the stage. And then this orange box number 2, opposite direction. Like that. So watch. From the beginning, shaking. See? Isn't it cool? So it is okay, but I want to give some more dynamics. So everything's coming in at the same time, but I want to give some a little bit different time gap. So black box number 1 and black box number 2, they're coming in together at the very beginning. So I'm gonna leave it as it is. But the white, the next one, this is a red text. Take ATV toward 20%, and I'm gonna move it to the right up to 50 frame. And the next, that's the white text. Another 50, another 10 frames up to 60. And the next 70. And these two, they're supposed to come together up to 80. So what's gonna happen is shaking turns to the sharp image, and black box comes first, and the red text and white text, we don't see it, but it's there, and the orange text and the orange box. The problem is they're all missing. So what I'm going to do is, on black box layer, highlight the frame number 80, hold down the shift key, highlight the frame number 80 on that's the orange text layer, then insert this time keyframe. See? But we're missing the background image. So I'm highlighting frame number 80 on the still shot layer. Let me choose just a frame. So watch. Isn't it cool? Okay, so let me test it on web browser. So how it works. So we can see how it works on web browser. So go to control menu, test the movie in browser. Shaking. Pretty nice, but the problem is it doesn't allow me to read the whole text. It repeats so quickly. So let me go back to Adobe Animate again, timeline. So this entire length is almost kind of 3 seconds. I want to give 3 more seconds, so up to 6 second mark, 180. Hold down the shift key on black box number 1 layer, insert keyframe, and the still shot image, insert just a frame. So what's going to happen is once it hits the last keyframe, then it will stay there for 3 seconds and it will repeat it. So we'll see it. Under control, test movie in browser. Shaking. 1, 2, 3, and again. 1, 2, 3. Okay. If you want to give them more time, then you can extend it more. Maybe 1 more second, 2 more seconds. It's up to you. So we're done. So I'm gonna save it first. Save as. Since I have 1, I will save as the ATV number 2 in my folder. I'm gonna show you how to export it as one GIF file, animated GIF file, and as an MP4 file for video file. So you can use it for any purpose. So first go to Files menu, Export as animated GIF. I'm not gonna change everything. The colors 250 is 8-bit color. I'm gonna keep everything as it is and save it as atv2.gif. Save it. So I export it as a GIF file. This time I'm going to export as MP4 video file, but make sure your media encoder is open. Okay, we need that. Okay, now go to File, Export, export the video and media. 300 by 600. Make sure your format is H.264. I'm not gonna change it as a default setting, and then my output, my destination is gonna be my ATV folder. Save it and export it. Okay, so let me check my folder. See, atv2.gif file. So this is an animated GIF file. It is working. Also, this is the MP4 file. It is working as well. Okay. So you can use this. Let me compare the file size. ATV number 2 MP4 file is about 1.6 megabyte. It's pretty good size. GIF file 16 megabyte. Yeah, so you know what to do. Okay, Alright, so I hope you enjoyed this video tutorial and you can use it for your digital animated ads for Google Ads or your web page or maybe your Instagram. Okay, thanks for watching and I'll see you next time.